Let me put my headphones in. I gotta make sure the audio is good. Make sure I'm not like too close to the mic. That's always my fear. And to make sure things are actually recording. Get this door closed. As always, the cat. My doggone cat's gonna try to escape out. That's just what he likes to do.
Yellow. What's up, fool?
Alright, there's elbow. Hold on a second. Let me take this out of my ear. Alright, cool. Got the cans on. I'm ready. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, what's this showing up on the screen? That? Okay, cool. Get rid of that. Alright. Hit us with the intro. I'm still downloading the thumbnail. And then I'll take it in once we get to the news stories. But you should know the intro and housekeeping section, because we've done that a million times.
Going live. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ahoy, Malloy, mateys. Welcome to Talking in Teacups, the not-so-serious show with very, very serious people. I'm your host, Elbow Slice, and with me is a person I picked up off the street who has no talent, Decipher. How you feeling this morning?
You know, I think I'm okay, and I think that it's good to be here with myself today.
It's good to be here with yourself today. Okay, I see how we're playing. Wait, so now we're going to go to housekeeping. You can find us on a couple episodes of To Catch a Predator, anywhere where any low lives, degenerates might be found. Also, YouTube every Saturday morning, and Pinterest and X. And what's the links? I mean, what's our usernames on those websites?
At Cypher Spit Gaming.
At Cypher Spit Gaming, and that's with 1G, folks. That's with 1G, because there's only 1G on this podcast, and that's me, the OG, original gangster, Elbow Slice. Let's get into a baker's dozen. This is a news roundup of all the important topics during the week. Decipher, take us into story number 1.
Great segue, great segue. Well, if you want something that follows up on last week's story and that is not a great segue, Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs says that, or sorry, not says, he won't be charged in the alleged, I don't know why they put alleged in here, it clearly happened, in the alleged security video attack on Cassie Ventura. This is because the state that it took place in, I believe it's California, they have a statute of limitations, and this incident unfortunately took place in 2016. Now he did, after he found out that he won't be charged, he did put out an apology of sorts. So he was like, oh man, I take full responsibility, and this is not really me.
That's all I'm doing. I take full responsibility.
Yeah, he took full responsibility after he found out he won't be charged, you know, as you are one to do. You talk to your lawyers first. They said I can be booked. No, you good. Oh, all right, cool. Let me get my PR person now. You talk to your lawyer first, then you talk to PR. That's the way it goes. But speaking of people who need to change their image around, Star Wars is doing a new movie. We know about this for a while, but they always say they're doing a movie and it hasn't come out yet, like Patty Jenkins' fighter pilot movie. But Daisy Ridley's getting a sequel movie. It takes place a few years later as she's training the new Jedi Order, and she says she wants co-star John Boyega to return as Finn in her Star Wars movie. She said, "It feels like we should." Yeah, that was the quote. Now, I had thoughts on this. Yes, I want to see Finn, but two, also don't want them doing Finn dirty. But I know
They are Finn dirty. It's over. Move on. Get off the Star Wars saga. I mean, the Skywalker saga now. Make a new story.
their new stories have been hit or miss. I like Andor. I have not finished Ahsoka, as I said, but I do really like Andor. Andor was the best thing that they had cooking. Whoever made Andor clearly did not have anything to do with the other ones. Oh, Andor and The Mandalorian, sorry. The Mandalorian and Andor. Even though Mandalorian Season 3 had a little bit of a slow moments, I still like the pairing. I like little baby Grogu, baby Yoda and such. So I'm good with Mandalorian and Andor. What are your thoughts? Do you like any of the Star Wars stuff that they have outside of the Skywalker saga?
Yeah, but I hate more than I like. So just they should just take it easy for a while. Like this is all the crap that I kind of grew up with. I mean, when did Iron Man come out? 2007?
2000. We
Like,
were in high school, so 2008. Yeah, 2007, 8.
like,
Yeah, 2008, 2008. Because 4 years later it
and
was Avengers. Yeah.
yeah, I think episode one of Phantom Menace came out in like '98.
Mm,
Dude, this is the stuff I grew up with, and they're kind of ruining it for a cash grab. Okay, they're gonna ruin it and just try to get as much money as they possibly can while they can, and that's how they ruin series. Avengers Endgame did not just fall into anybody's lap. It was earned over years and years of making quality entertainment. So now they're just trying to get that in-game money without actually earning it, and this is good. This is why everything sucks.
well, that's big ass facts. Can't deny that. And I will say, like I said, they are putting out some things that are at least good. Star Wars Acolyte starts June 2nd, and I hope that's good. I don't know. I don't know. It says before the Menace, so I think this takes place before episode 1, and it showed a bunch of Jedis. All right, here's my gripes on that. Maybe we could do a trailer reaction on one topic or today if you want. It looked like the way that the show was lit, excuse me, it looked cheap. Like the movies have this really crazy, nice lighting, nice reflection, makes you feel like you're actually on that world, on that planet. From the little bit of that trailer that I saw this morning while prepping for topics, it looked like it was lit on a set, like a sound stage. I'm like, dang, this doesn't look good budget wise. Again, it was briefly and it was on a cell phone screen, so maybe it'll look better on a television, but I just want them to keep that Andor budget, because Andor looked like a gosh darn movie, and Andor had a bunch of episodes, so you didn't have to rush the overall story arc. So just keep it good, and then I won't have any complaints, because I know that we are milking it for money. But if you're going to milk it, like, just make it good, man. Don't come out with that trash. All right, but speaking of things that are being milked for money and maybe aren't producing, box office reports coming in that Mad Max Furiosa has only made 3.5 million in the Thursday night previews. So now Mad Max Furiosa is the latest in the Mad Max movies, and it's not doing so great because last movie, Mad Max Fury Road, made 3.7 million, and that was in the Thursday night previews. Is it what?
No, seriously. I thought I was confusing my movies. I'm
Yeah,
like,
so
no, it's called Road.
Fury Road, the previous one from 7 or 8 years ago. I'm just say 7. That one made 3.7 million in Thursday night previews. So with inflation, you would expect Furiosa, the newest one with Anna Taylor-Joy and not Charlize Theron, to make more money, but it hasn't. So we're not looking at a great box office. That was going to be one of my topics, but I couldn't get the links in time for the top 10 box office movies of 2024, because right now this year's box office is not doing so hot. I'll probably say that for another topic on the show, but yeah, it's not lighting up things. Garfield's doing okay, but not great.
I mean, movies that people want to go see is doing fine. I mean, Dune 2 snapped.
Yeah, Dune 2 did good, but it didn't touch a Billy.
I mean, no. I mean, what did they make? 600? I mean, this is a niche sci-fi. It's a sequel to a niche sci-fi story. So the fact that you're even touching $500 million is crazy. Dune, the series, is so like sprawling and so niche. Like everybody, even sci-fi fans, are very split on Dune. So I'm surprised they even got $500 million. I mean, what is it sitting at? $700 million?
Oh, I could take a look. It is sitting at, oh, why they separate it? Oh no, that's the domestic gross. Ah, damn it, that's just giving me American. Okay, domestic gross is 282 million. I only got worldwide in front of me.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they're like.
It is 700 million, 711 million. Excuse me.
Boom, boom. Like that's for a story like that. This is not. Again, I'm trying to say it's not a mainstream thing. By the time Endgame came out, everybody was going to see Marvel movies. Everybody. Like when Star Wars came out, it was such like a new thing. Like, oh, like the special effects are like nothing we ever seen. We have to go see this movie. Dune 2 is nothing. like it's just such a thing that only certain people will want to go see. So I'm just surprised that it was as successful as it was.
All right, here's American box office. For some reason, I must have pressed the wrong button and didn't get worldwide. So American box office, can you give me what are the top 5 movies from this year?
The top 5 movies from this year, American box office.
American box office. Yep.
So Dune's going to be in there for sure.
Number 1,
Um, God.
Godzilla New Empire. That's sorry,
Oh,
Godzilla Kong New Empire. That's number 2.
Okay. Uh, Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. That's number 4. So you got 2 more. You got the 3rd spot and you got the 5th spot. 3rd spot is a sequel to a movie. It's on its 4th iteration, animated.
Iteration. Oh, Kung Fu Panda 4.
Kung Fu Panda 4. Yep. Number 5. Okay, I just did a review on this movie on the channel. Just came out recently, 24th. Oh, that's yesterday. It's a sequel. It's the 9th in this
Wait, it
franchise.
just came out yesterday.
Yep, the review just came out yesterday.
And
It's a sequel, and it's a
it's all
9th movie in its entire franchise. I think it's 9th or 10th.
in this entire franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Planet of the Apes.
Ding ding.
Damn, Planet of
Yep.
the Apes is that high already?
Yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and that is
Wow.
number 5. Number 6 was Bob Marley One Love. 7 is Mean Girls. 8 is Civil War, which I regret I didn't see in theaters, so I'll have to watch it on streaming. 9 is The Fall Guy, and that's leaving. So okay, the thing with The Fall Guy, that was supposed to be a hit like Barbie because it had Ryan Gosling, and it was just not niche, but something so-called original and different. But it didn't do so good at the box office, even though it's number 9. And that movie is straight to streaming right now. About 2 weeks later, it's already available for video on demand.
I feel like you can tell the movies that are supposed to do like big numbers in the box office. It's movies that anybody can just sit down and watch. Popcorn films like Fast and Furious. If a Fast and Furious movie comes out and it doesn't reach $500 million, they're
It's
probably
something
gonna stop
wrong.
making.
Yeah, it's something wrong. Ludacris was saying, y'all want us to stop making these movies. These movies keep making money. So, yeah. And I'm going to keep seeing them, by the way. I'm going to keep seeing nostalgia purposes and entertainment.
I'm done. I haven't seen a Fast and Furious movie since 7.
So, you haven't seen Fate of the 8?
Nope.
Wow. Disappointing. All right, and the last, number 10, was Beekeeper. And Beekeeper was really good. That's the Jason Statham action movie. Didn't need any pretense to know what's the lore behind the character. No, you just turn it on, he kicks ass, and you have a good time. So that's the current box office.
I think there are no movies that are like that are huge anymore. Like I feel like when some movies come out, they're huge.
Dune.
Like
Dune
even
was
if they don't
huge.
have any following, yeah, Dune besides Dune. But I feel like if it doesn't, even if it doesn't have any following, when it drops, it's just like, oh, like this is like Tenet. I never heard of Tenet before, but then when it dropped, it was like a huge thing.
Okay. Well, the problem with this year's box office, that's what I was saying when we were talking about the previous topic. It just seems like maybe people aren't really feeling spending going to the movie. So I scour on Reddit a lot, aka I stare at my screen, and people were saying that just the cost of going to the movies has been so high if you're not, what's that word, penny pinching or looking for savings and such. Like me, I got that movie pass type situation, so it's 20 some odd bucks and I can see as many movies as I want basically. But if you're just a casual moviegoer, it's $20 damn near for one ticket depending on your city. Now if you're in a small town, you might can catch a $10 John.
Is it $20 a month?
Oh yeah, my thing is $20 a month, yeah. So it's a great deal.
How?
What'd you say?
How often do you go to the movies?
Well, in my prime, it would be, like 5 times within a month, because you would catch a movie once a week, maybe twice if you're real lucky. Nowadays, it's slowed down to 2 or 3 times a month. As long as you're going at least twice a month, you're making your money. Or
You know, that's a
you're getting the
lot.
bang. You're getting the bang for your buck. And yeah, it is a lot because it's 3 hours each time because I like to catch the trailer so I can be really into it. I don't buy concessions, so that's another thing that people were talking about, but that's more of a self-control thing. I'm encouraging you right here on this podcast, serious podcast, no, sorry, not so serious podcast, serious people, as Elbow Slice put it, sneak snacks into the movie theater. Don't be tempted to buy their overpriced popcorn. Yes, you are supporting keeping them afloat, but if it's really hurting you that much financially, you better wear some goddamn 2002 cargo pants looking like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and sneak some snacks into the film. Don't out here make yourself go through financial trouble.
It's a whole experience. The movie, the popcorn. It's like it's part of the experience.
Well, for my friends that work in the movie theater, I'm gonna have to come at y'all for a second. I won't say the name of the movie theater, but their popcorn ain't that. Their popcorn ain't it. Is what the kids would say. Their popcorn ain't it. So back in the day,
With their popcorn?
they usually don't give it to you fresh, so it's been sitting there for some time, which they all do, by the way. All movie theaters do it, but it just
That's true, but usually I go to see matinees. So normally I'm good.
okay, yeah, because you go early, yeah. Matinees back
I
in
go,
my single
yeah,
days, I used to always see matinees. Yep.
yeah, I go see a matinee with the kids. Usually the popcorn's pretty fresh, and you know, my kids, as soon as they smell that popcorn, they're like, "Let's get some freaking popcorn."
Yeah, that was the other thing the guy in the video was talking about. He was like, or not in the video, on the Reddit post, he's like, for a family of 4, we spent $120 just to go to a movie, and we used to go to see any movie that caught our interest. Now we gotta go if we know for sure we're going to like it. And that's really hard to say because I've seen some trailers for some movies that didn't live up to those expectations. So that is a
Like,
very tricky one. And look at that. We made it into a topic. Great. Now let's go into some more serious things with our serious selves. George Lucas is rejecting Star Wars critics, even though I don't think they're fans. They're definitely critics, so not critical fans, just critics who think that the films are all white men. And George Lucas says most of the people are aliens, which is true, but I think we know what those people who are criticizing meant. Basically, back in the 70s, when this movie first came out, 76, I don't want to say the year and then get it wrong, 70s and 80s, Hollywood was casting predominantly white men, but at least in the 80s we got Lando Calrissian, baby. So there we go.
no, I mean, a lot of there's a lot of what the hell do you call it?
Aliens.
Movies that were just for black people, like, and there's a lot of black
Oh,
exploitation
black
movies as well.
exploitation movies, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean,
George
you had
Lucas shot
Shaq.
that movie in England, like in the British area. He didn't shoot it in America, so of course he was going to get a lot of predominantly white actors. At least the original one, I know he shot over there. So that, I will say again, that was just because of the times that it were. It's like people were mad at let me think of a movie. I can't remember, but I'm sure there's a movie where there's like racist undertones, but at the time that was what was allowed to be said in those movies. It was horrible. I'm sure there's movies where they use the N-word, there's movies where they use the F-word, that's the slur for homosexual people, and that was what was allowed culturally at that time. So don't look back and come at it. Yeah, it doesn't age well, but you can't say, oh,
Yeah. I feel like it's more authentic. If that's what they were saying then, that's what I want to hear in my dang movie. I don't care if somebody gets offended.
yep. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? So I always, when I'm not working on videos, I always have ideas for videos. So I'm going to put it on wax now. So if someone steals my idea, you know that on this episode 5, May 25th, 2024, I had this idea. I was going to do a video talking about the video game Mafia 3. Are you familiar with that game, Elbow Slice?
Yep.
So in that game, you play as a mixed race character because they couldn't go full black punks. So he's half black, half Spanish. And in the game, some of the NPCs... what'd you say?
I mean, I thought he was full black, but half black, half Spanish is still kind of black. Like Miles Morales is half black, half Spanish.
It's still
Dude is
black, but they got to double dip into both. I'm being, I guess, woke or something like that, or red pill. I don't know. Whichever one is the one that is mad at the liberals. I'm being that person right now. They gotta double dip into both categories in order to get. It's like a Ubisoft thing. Like, oh, how can we tap both demos? Like, how can we get black people to play this game and Spanish people? We'll just make a mix. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is they don't use the N word enough. They used it maybe one time that I noticed when I was free roaming, and I'm like, this isn't realistic, because back in the 70s or 60s, I forgot which decade it takes place in. I think it's the 60s.
Mafia is in the 70s, and I don't think, I mean, that's when it was really turning, you know?
Okay, I got you. Fair enough. It didn't feel as racist as that game could be, a realistic depiction of Louisiana. So, sorry, you're not in the northern states. You're down south.
Yeah, you're in New Orleans. It should have been still more racist.
That was my gripe, and I was gonna try to make that a 10-minute video just to talk about my thoughts on. If I know it's uncomfortable to do present day, even though that game is a little bit older, but if you want to be authentic, you need to make me feel like I was back then, and I should feel disgusted while playing this game. Like, yo, why are you treating me like this? Not because I'm just a mafia criminal, but because I'm, you know, black.
Watched The Sopranos?
I have not ever.
So there was when Tony Soprano's daughter goes to college, she starts dating a guy who is half Jewish, half black. And, you know, he goes home, like, he goes to her house, and they're, like, watching movies. And, you know, Tony Soprano is, like, an old-school Italian mobster. He's like, what's this Moulin Yan doing in my house? Like, it's not, like, you know, a nice thing to say, but it is an authentic thing that I feel like an old-school Italian mobster would say.
Mm-hmm. And that just goes right into Elbow's point and my point that these things are uncomfortable, but they are of that time, i.e. the Star Wars thing, i.e. yeah.
If you'd have been like, okay, my daughter's dating this black guy, it's okay.
Not realistic.
Not really, yeah.
But yeah, no, shout out to George Lucas. He created something amazing. He worked with what he had at the time. I mean, Disney, again, to throw a little stone, Disney's kind of like a Ubisoft route. They're going to make everything inclusive, so for better or for worse. So be careful what you ask for. All right.
They're like, yeah, let's make a black samurai. It can't just be an Asian American. Asian. It must be a black samurai.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Be careful what you ask for. And again, I'm here for it. I know so many people back in 2015/maybe 14 when the trailer for The Force Awakens came out and we saw a black stormtrooper. I'm here for it because that's representation for me and my peoples. But I know, you know, a lot of fans were like, what is this fallacy? What is this? I can't stomach this. It's all right. Y'all be all right. But I get it because they said back in whatever year when Fan Forced It came out, that was that fantastic Josh Trank movie, and they had I'm sorry, I can't get with that. Michael B. Jordan. I'm about to say Jonathan Majors. They had Michael B. Jordan playing. What's his name?
Storm's brother.
Yeah, I want to name Johnny Storm. First of all, I was okay with it, but I get it. Why you mad?
At least make them both black. What you gonna do is go all the way. They're gonna have some white girl playing Sue Storm and her brother black. We're adopted.
Oh man,
here, bro.
Now again, I was okay with it, but I totally get it because then everybody that was on that side of the fence was like, "Well, what if we just make Black Panther white?" And I'm like, "All right, y'all got it. Chill, y'all got it." But there is a proper way to do it. DC has shown it with the Green Lantern. So there's a white Green Lantern of every race, by the way. There's a white Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. Bam. When they wanted to do a black Green Lantern, they did not call him Hal Jordan. He was a completely separate character named John Stewart. So there's a way to do it, and then there's just a way to do it. And I think they chose that second way with the emphasis on it, so you can know what I mean. All right. The judge denies Alec Baldwin's request to drop the Rust manslaughter case. So Alec Baldwin has been fighting this manslaughter case for some time now. We talked about it previous weeks where this news reporter got her phone slapped out of her hand for running up to Alec Baldwin saying, "Why did you kill that lady?" Basically, they were shooting a film called Rust. Go ahead.
That was not a news reporter. That was just some lady.
Oh, that was just some lady. God dang. But some more background of it. So they were shooting a movie, Alec Baldwin and the props master, and the props master used some real guns, and they were all getting a little bit drinking and just having some fun shooting the real guns, and Alec Baldwin accidentally shot someone to death.
Not real guns. a prop gun with a real bullet.
Oh wait, that was a prop gun with a real bullet? I thought it was a real gun.
No, no, no. So it was handed to him by the prop master, but it had a real freaking bullet inside.
Dang. Yeah, that's the prop master's fault. 100%. Well, 90%. It's 50-50 because the first rule of firearms training for me when I took firearms training was you handle every weapon like it's got something inside of it. So it's their fault for just playing around.
This is if this is remember we were talking about this last time,
Mm-hmm.
and I was saying that Alec Baldwin was just an actor. I would literally not blame him at all.
Okay.
But he was not an actor. He was the producer. He's the executive producer. He's the director. He's the writer. This is his movie. He hired the prop master.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, everything on this movie was coming from him. So, like, if he hired a prop master that was stupid enough to have live rounds on a movie set where they're shooting a bunch of guns, then that's his fault.
Oh, yeah, definitely his fault. I see why he's trying to drop the case. I thought he was just an actor in this movie. Dang. I like Alec Baldwin. I liked him in Mission Impossible. He's in other things, too. But dang.
Mission.
Yeah, he had a small role. That's the only one I remember right now off the top of my head. He was in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. There's so many Mission Impossibles. I should not have said the subtitle. He was in one of the Mission Impossibles. Probably Ghost Protocol. Him and Jeremy Renner. Maybe it was the one after that. Don't worry about which one he was in.
When they were in the car together, and Tom Cruise is like, "I gotta get the hell out of here." And Jeremy Renner is like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah, during that time, 2010, 2012, 2015, they were trying to replace everybody with Jeremy Renner. He was next up, but he wasn't able to stay up there. So, in what's that, John? Jason Bourne, they had Jeremy Renner try to come in to be the new protagonist. Didn't work. And then same thing with Mission Impossible.
I don't think they were trying to make him the new protagonist. They wanted to make him like, like they needed a guy like in the government, like, I think that was supposed to be Jeremy Renner's role.
I think Hollywood got their trends. It was a passing of the torch because Jeremy Renner's a little bit younger, maybe 10 or 5 years younger than Tom Cruise and Matt Damon. So they're like, well, let's make him let's just pass this legacy down to Jeremy Renner because he's next up, and that's what they were trying to do. They did the same thing. Now this one's.
I don't think so. He wasn't even a field agent. He couldn't even fight.
No, he was a field agent. No, he was a government guy. But then in that train yard, I think he had Tom Cruise's back. He's like, all right, I'm going to be on y'all side. And then he became a field agent. Because the same thing that happened with Benny, or the guy with the blonde hair, the British guy. I can't think of his name right now. But he's in all those other funny movies. But he was also...
Yeah, but Simon Pegg.
Yeah, Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg is... He's still not... what do you call it?
He not badass, but he goes in the field now. He got his balls.
Just to do like a computer shit. Usually they're like, we need you on site because he
ain't doing hand to hand. No, he not doing hand to hand. He not that good. Defuse this bomb because you're so good. I need you to Benny. I need you to defuse this bomb. That's what Luther would say.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth. He receives a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and he gives a shout out to his wife, Elisa Pataki. Should not have tried to say the name. He said, she put aside her own dreams to support mine. I am forever in your debt. So shout out to Chris Hemsworth. This well-deserved star of fame. Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I first saw him in Star Trek, by the way. Star Trek 2009 reboot. I was like,
yep.
This guy's cool. I like him.
Kirk.
Yeah. And he didn't have a beard. So it was like, I didn't know that it was him until way later. Because I'm like, okay, he's got a cool voice. I like the accent. But then in Thor, he had the beard. So it was like completely unrecognizable. Didn't even know I saw this guy before. Because Thor 1 came out
Your
after.
father. Captain of a starship for 4 minutes and he saved 183 lives. See if you can top that.
Now, I liked that movie. I hope other people did. I liked that movie, and I totally understood why people wanted J.J. Abrams to do Star Wars, because he did Star Trek so good. Now, I like Force Awakens. You ain't like Star Trek? It was like meh to you?
It wasn't Star Trek.
Oh, see, that's why then. I am more of the dumb casual, so to me it was like, this is awesome. It's witty. I like the quips Kirk had. I like the action. I was okay with the tilted camera and the stupid lens flare. I was okay with it all.
More of a fun action movie wearing a Star Trek.
Oh yeah, because Star Trek is a little bit more thoughtful and methodical. Like, do we have the right to help out this species?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we just let them die on their own? They tried to do that in the second one because Spock was I don't remember who was, no, Spock was trying to stop Kirk from saving a planet because it's about to blow up. So yeah, you're right. They did try to have thoughtfulness in the sequel, but yeah, I like the dumbed down, just be an action movie secretly disguised as a Star Trek movie. That was perfect for me. All right, Nintendo. Oh, good.
A lot of fun. I think we in the theater, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah, I remember that.
it blew me away.
It was fun.
It made me a Star Trek fan, and I was like, "Oh, this is great. This is what Star Trek's supposed to be."
Did you watch any other Star Trek?
I only seen the one with the Borg, and that was Genesis, Star Trek Genesis, First Generation, First Contact, maybe? No, not First Contact.
A couple of them have the board. First Contact definitely has the board. That's when they're on the planet.
Earth. They're on Earth, right?
Yeah, they're on Earth trying to make sure that Ephraim Cochrane makes first contact with the Vulcans, and they also have the Borg invading their ship at the same time. So they gotta do both at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's the one I saw. Yeah, I did not see the one with a young Tom Hardy, Nemesis, or whatever that one's called.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Nemesis.
I do want to go back and watch that.
Is he Captain Kirk's, or is he Jean-Luc Picard's son or something like that?
He is, yeah. With the Borg, right? Probably. I don't remember. But I did not see that when I saw First Contact. And I was like, this was alright. But nope, give me the sexy, I guess, watered down version, and I'm totally cool with that.
Where they're out on the outside of the ship, and their boots are magnetically connected. It's so slow, but it's so suspenseful. That's one of my favorite movie scenes ever.
Did you ever see that movie with Sandra Bullock and she's in a space suit? Gravity,
yeah.
I want to say it's called. Yeah, that was crazy. And that one was claustrophobic and everything. Alright, Nintendo is opening an official store in San Francisco next year. So you'll be able to go in there and buy all Nintendo products. Now, I don't know why they chose that city, but interesting.
Who's going to be able to go in there?
People, San Francisco mites or San Franciscoites. Yeah.
You be able to go in there. I ain't going to no damn San Francisco.
But San Francisco also, at least according to the YouTube videos I've seen, they get a lot of car break-ins and theft break-ins. Like if you look up Apple Store, they just go in the Apple Store and just break everything.
No, they got an app to know whether there's poop on the street.
Oh yes, I remember a comedian or something said that, and it's like do all the dots. Yeah, weird place to put a store, but I guess they may have gotten a good deal. LA would have made more sense, or Hollywood or something, but they wanted to be on the West Coast, so makes sense. Alright, if you want something free to play and you fancy yourself a farmer, go on the Epic Games Store because Farming Simulator 22 is free. And on top of that, on the Steam Store, Steam whatever, if you want to be a strategy guy, actually I forgot what kind of game this is. It's a strategy game. Warhammer 40k, Gladius is free as well. So that's 2 free games. Don't say Talking to Teacups never hooked you up. Bam, go get them. Now let's talk about failed reboots. So the character from Stranger Things, David Harbour, he had his time in the sun. He was the guy from Stranger Things. He was Red Guardian. He was in some other Hollywood projects. But now he couldn't save Alone in the Dark. That's a horror franchise from way back when. I remember playing the 2009 reboot. But they had a reboot that came out this year. And apparently it flopped. And the publisher behind it says they're laying off a whole bunch of staff. So sad. So sad.
That's pretty funny.
Not quite the response I thought I was going to get.
He had a lot of success. He was the guy from Stranger Things. He was the guy from this. He was Red Guardian. I'm like, bro, he only know one of the characters' names.
That's funny. He was in something. Can you maybe remember what else he was in? I seen him in another movie besides Red Guardian. He was what? Oh yeah, Santa Claus in Violent Night. Oh, you could have been said that.
I know. I like David Harbour.
All right. Well, why didn't you play his game?
How much was it?
Probably $70, knowing the way the industry works.
If they want me to play a game, they better make it cheaper than that. I'll tell you this.
Fair enough. It's possible that it could have been, since I think it only came out on PC. I don't even know. I know I saw the trailers for it, and I was like, I didn't know David Harbour had a game. So they didn't market it well enough anyway. All right. IGN Entertainment, a.k.a. The Ops, They have acquired, here we go, Eurogamer, Game Informer, Video Game 24/7, Rock Paper Shotgun, and more. So this is a monopolistic buyout. They've bought a lot of the competition. I don't know if they're going to do layoffs afterwards, because that's what happened when Microsoft bought all the competition, but here we go.
Well, that's business.
It's business, yeah. I mean, I liked the variety of the different news places that were out there. Now it's just going to be CPG. CPG versus IGN. We are like...
What? Better go to Talking in Teacups or IGN. Those are only two options, man.
Yeah, it's going to be like a teddy bear fighting Floyd Mayweather. It just stands no chance. All right.
I mean, if you don't the pussyfoot, what do you call it? Journalism. Then go to IGN. But if you want the real hard hitting stuff, you got to come here.
Yeah, there we go. I stand on that. Stand 10 toes on business. All right. Speaking of business, Microsoft's new Copilot AI. Have you used that yet?
No,
it's pretty much like ChatGPT. It's alright. But now they're putting it inside your favorite video game, Minecraft, and other Xbox games, at least the PC version. So you'll be able to ask Copilot, how many blocks of gold do I need to make a whatever. Pretty
what?
dumb. Gold vest, gold shirt.
You don't use blocks of gold to make a chest plate. You use ingots.
There you go. See? You're already better than the AI. Are you smarter than the AI? That should be a question, a little segment.
You need 8 ingots to make a chest plate.
Yep. There you go. Nerd. Death Stranding 2. The filming and recording is complete. Now it's entering that adjustment phase, and that'll last for a year. I haven't finished Death Stranding 1. I haven't actually played Death Stranding 1. But I do know that it's a good game, and it's on my list. Have you played it?
How do you know it's a good game?
It got a lot of awards, and people said it's good. Pretty much you can get a little gauge for it. Word of mouth.
Okay. That doesn't always prove anything.
I'm guessing you haven't played it?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Good game. Good game. You should check it out. I will eventually get to it. I will eventually get to it. Alright, I got a dad joke for you. Here it goes. Medusa. She's the hottest girl ever. What girl do you know can give you one look and you're hard forever? He's stifling his laugh because he knew that was funny. No. Zendaya? It's not as funny as Medusa. Now, topic number 1. So again, scrolling through Reddit, just had to steal topics. Here we go. What do you think is the reason for bad behavior in black youth? So this comes from, I didn't get a chance to catch their name, but I just got the beginning of their paragraph. It says, so I've been to multiple schools with predominantly black populations and have observed behaviors of bullying, violence, drugs, etc. Has anyone found out what the cause of this behavior is and why is it so prevalent in black majority schools? Elbow Slice, you go first.
That's our culture. We value things that are sometimes counterproductive to our success.
I don't like that was the first thing. It's our culture. It's an unfortunate side effect of, just the systematic poverty we've been put into. I gotta go serious topic, serious people now.
A lot of cultures are poor. A lot of cultures started off poor and became successful. We had a lot more time to become successful than most of these other populations, but we're not. Why not?
We don't have much in the way of what's that thing? Parental stepping in. I mean, a lot of cultures also have single parents too, but it feels like this might just be confirmation bias. It feels like with the black household, it's a lot of single parent household, so there's no balance between raising you with discipline and raising you with compassion. You get them both from the same person, the discipline and the compassion, which could make you reject it, either or both.
Do you know the single motherhood rate in black community?
I hope that it's the same as... Oh, nope. Here we go. It's bad. Go ahead. Tell me.
It's over 70%, bro.
And what about other communities?
Oh, it's nowhere close.
Damn it. Ah, damn it. I was hoping you was gonna balance out the scales and say, give me a fair one, and say, oh no, it's about 68. Nope, nowhere close.
Nope. No other culture is anywhere close. It's crazy because in the during the civil rights it was like 25%, and now it's like 70%.
Yeah. So that's my thought on it. I think it's because of poverty, and well, you said everybody started off on that same even keel, but not really though. So, and then it's also because of the parental structure. So you need two things at home to balance out those scales between, like I said, discipline and compassion. Because if you're getting it from the same person, it's like the hand that feeds you is the hand that slaps you. You're going to feel maybe confused and conflicted. And then if you're a male, which I'm assuming this is just targeting males right now, you might not have your father at home, which is then going to lead to you seeking a father figure somewhere else, whether that's through music or TV shows or on the streets. So that's what leads.
And then if you look for a father figure in TV or movies, what are all our TV and movie shows?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Oh,
well. Like, I mean, no, Fresh Prince, Cosby Show. Like, but this is what I'm saying. So as time goes on, we get poorer, and we get like less parents or less two-parent households, and like we keep moving the other way. Why is that?
As time goes on into the 2020s.
As time goes on, period.
I would hope we're not getting poorer. Jesus. I'm sorry. Now I don't want to see the data, because now I'm not going to like the results.
Probably not. But yeah, no, it's on us. We got to stay home with our families. We have to go out and work all these jobs, work our asses off, so our kids know what it is to have a father in the house, and know what it is to get compassion from your mother and discipline from your father, and know what it is to take responsibility. And like, if we don't have that to start with, then nothing anybody can do will help us get out of the situation we're in.
That's true. That is true. So it does start from with home, which is what I was trying to say. But I also want to zoom out even further from the home. It starts off from what your parents gave you and then you become a parent. So if your parents didn't give you much to work with, then you working with less cards than your counterpart that might be from a different community, because you said everybody. Go ahead.
There's only one thing you could do about it, and that's work harder than they had to work.
Yeah. Definitely agree there. So that's why with your first claim, when you said everybody starts off poverty, I was like, nah, not really, because you'll have, all right, let me think of the other communities. Everybody usually goes white, black. So if you go white community, yes, there are poor white people, but the predominantly...
No. But even look at it as subcultures. People came over as subcultures from, their own culture. Like the Italians came over, then the Irish came over, then the Jews came over. Like they all came over like separately as their own culture.
Okay.
They start off, but then they work their way up.
Yeah. Well, then that goes into the hard truths that nobody wants to talk about. In our community, the Black American community, not African, just Black American, we have no unity. At least with the Italian community, they had a bit more unity, if not damn near just full unity. And the Spanish community had more unity, and it might have devolved down now, because I was talking to one friend of mine who is... what is she specifically? She's Puerto Rican, and she was saying, oh, yes, no community now. Now it's like all for one. But at least back then, before, it was a bit more community. But with Black Americans, they just have no unity, no form of togetherness. It just became, at least in my opinion, I haven't been around for a long enough time, but in the 90s... Oh, go ahead.
A lot of Black people would like to see you fail.
Yeah.
Like, look at this motherfucker that's out here succeeding.
But go back to the 70s. Like you said, it wasn't always like that. You said it was a bit more two-parent household. I think once crack came out in the 80s, again, wasn't here for the 80s, so I can only speak for 90s to now, that's when it all devolved. Once drugs, like this addictive drug, this highly addictive drug, came into the picture, it just completely got rid of any unity that we had. Because remember, before, Black people had the Panther movement and all kinds of other things keeping us together, Jefferson's, like all those TV shows, and then church.
I would say the church was really, really important in the Black community, and took the steepest nosedive of any of our common culture, whatever you want to call it.
Yep. So that's why I was saying, it's also like, before you even roll the dice to play the game, you working with a bad set of dice because you had all these things behind you before you even became a parent yourself. You might have just been a child and you had to grow up in a household that was possibly single family. Now, not to say there aren't black kids who didn't grow up in the suburbs and they had a better chance, because it does go by what you're born into, whether that's poverty or city or suburban or country or rural, because there are people of all financial classes that come in different actually, I don't think I've ever seen a poor Asian person. I'm going to just put that on record. I think they've always had a bit more unity and a bit more financial stability.
I'm pretty sure the Asian community is the, most successful community. Maybe the Jews.
Oh yeah, definitely 100% the Jews. But I was about to say there's poor and rich black people just like there's poor and rich white people. But then I was going to say other cultures and ethnicities, but then I had to think about it. I'm like, as far as Indians and Asians go, I don't think I've ever noticed them being any poor, because usually they always have their ish together, like just off rip, whether they're from here or what's that called, immigrated here, just off rip, they're usually in a better position. Interesting.
We're making fun of Asian people, saying like, "Oh, I brought home a B and my parents got really mad at me, and like I got like a 95, and my parents is like, why the hell did you get 100?" And we're laughing, making fun of them. Bro, that's success. Like, that's success. If your parents,
that's the kind of stereotype you want to have, right?
That's a stereotype you want to have in your community. Like, my parents make me work really, really hard at everything I do, and now I'm successful, and my whole culture's successful. And we think, why are they successful? Like, when you can't even ask why they're successful, because it's evident, it's clear why they're successful.
When my son was getting born, or I think he was a little kid, we were watching videos on like how to train our baby to be smart. And one of the things we found, I'm gonna say Asian because I always forget which one was it, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, blah blah blah. So I just say Asian to throw it all in one bucket. What'd you say?
Chinese, daddy, Japanese, dirty knees, look at these.
Yeah, so it was the Asian video, and they used flashcards for these little kids. They got to be like 1, maybe 2, and they would do a flashcard of like a cheese, an apple, a grape, a cheese, apple, grape. Like, they would flash it real fast so that the kid would become smart. And I'm like, dang, this is why they have such a good advantage. Like, they're on top of them to the point where the kid might be like, oh, I'm so annoyed at you, but I'm super smart. Like, I'm annoyed at my parent, but I'm super smart, and I have the skills to be super smart because you started me off as a kid.
You see, the Jewish people, when you talk about family and togetherness, they, on Saturdays, they're not allowed to watch TV. They're not allowed to use their phone. They're not allowed to drive a car. Like, on the Sabbath, you're really not allowed to do anything except
every Saturday, or it's like during a Ramadan style period.
No, every Saturday.
Smart religion. Smart religion. No, damn.
That's Torah. So that is the Sabbath. That is for years and years and years. These are their rules. On Saturday, you really can't do anything except spend time with your family, become close, read, and just, bond basically and become a community, because that's also the same day that they go to synagogue, which is their church, and basically spend time together as a community without all the distractions of whatever our modern age is.
I knew that religion or culture was hitting for something back in the day. It was, I think, isn't our Mr. Oslin, wasn't he Jew? I feel like he was Jewish, or is Jewish.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew it was hitting for. And then at GameStop, I had this manager who became a friend of mine, Stuart, and he was Jewish. And I was like, yo, man, I think I might need to become an honorary Jew, because y'all doing something smart. Y'all doing something real clever. I'm peeping from the outside looking in. I see what y'all doing. So I already know they hitting for something. I didn't know it was every Saturday though. I just remember from one movie. It was like a mafia or a criminal movie. The Jewish guy had like a drill, or they was trying to give him a weapon to kill somebody. It might have been Lucky Number 11. It might have been a completely different movie. I watched so many. He was like, I can't use this power drill. It's the Sabbath. Don't you have anything else I can kill this guy with? And that's all I remember from that about the Sabbath.
That's about Lucky Number 11. That was an awesome movie.
I pulled that one right out. I was like, hey. Oh, is my time up? All right. We got a little cipher here. He's saying, Dad, trying to go to the park. What's going on? I was just talking about you, too. How's it going? All right, let me go through sipping tea. Elbow.
We are both fairly successful. We both got our kids. Adam's upstairs. We were just playing Minecraft. I only logged off so that I can get on this podcast. Like, we're doing the right thing. We're with our goddamn kids.
Yeah, gotta be in their lives. Going to make sure that they become good parents, good people, and not be running these streets. Because in Philadelphia, I'm telling you, the black youth, the young kids, I want to say it's other cultures too. It's definitely Spanish too. So yeah, I'm gonna throw some shade at the Spanish people. Again, I don't know which particular one, so I gotta say Spanish because it could be Puerto Rican, it could be Dominican. I don't really remember.
Puerto Rican.
What'd you say?
If you're talking about Philly, it's Puerto Rican.
Okay, yeah, the Puerto Rican. So it's Puerto Rican and black. We just out here. For me, it's the balaclavas. It's COVID. It's the goddamn. Everybody's walking around with the ski mask on, and that's what just bothers me.
Oh,
Ski mask. Yeah, the shiesties and the what's the Jones that you put on your waist? What do they call the poop? The stupid thing from the '90s that we used to wear. The bags. I forgot what they're called right now. Fanny packs. And they got.
They call it something.
Yeah, they call it something else, and they got guns in their fanny pack. So to me, it's just that. It's like it doesn't make it comfortable. And then everybody got so much anger issues and just pride and ego. Like you can't just bump into somebody. Oh man, it's just terrible. Especially when I'm going to North Philly, West Philly. I feel a bit more safe, even though I know West Philly obviously has killing too. But North Philly, man, gives me just the most uncomfortable.
Also, most people feel safer in the area that they're from.
Yeah, so I got a little biased.
You know the places you should be, shouldn't be, stuff like that.
I mean, but I'm not from South Philly, and I feel safe there too.
Which areas? Not all areas.
Oh, maybe that's fair because when I go to South Philly, it's usually about business. So I'm either going to like the arena areas or going to like a client's house, and usually they not too crazy in the area. So Oregon Ave, I feel chill. I'm pretty chill. Feel comfortable. Oregon Ave. Look, he's like, oh, get out of here. Yeah, Oregon Ave, man. Broad Street. Had to go on Broad Street a couple times. There's a hospital there.
Broad Street, Oregon, bro. How safe are you trying to be right now?
Clearly very safe. Oh, man. To the Philly viewers watching us, you're like, man, get out of here. You don't be in these streets. No, I don't. I don't be in these streets. That's the point. Oh, man. All right. Would you rather, or topic number 2. You're the captain of a spaceship set to colonize Mars. The spaceship is What?
I said I'm the captain now.
Yep, you're the captain. The spaceship is halfway in its 8-month journey. Then you find out the trajectory was calculated in yards, but the ship's computer calculated it as in meters. Damn Americans. So now there's absolutely no way to correct this mistake, so you will definitely die in the deep void of space. You have 3 options or more. What do you do? Option 1, poison everybody before they find out. The poison is a smoke that will kill them painlessly. Option 2, tell everyone and let them decide. Everyone has been trained and vetted for their mental / psychological stability, but they're never prepared for this particular scenario. So you got to worry about that.
So what's gonna happen? What are we gonna run out of fuel or something?
You ever seen that movie? I think it's called Strangers with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. Basically that. But yes, you are going to run out of fuel. You will still drift, but you don't have enough supplies to make it for this 8-month journey to get to Mars. And option 3 is you don't tell anyone and you just act like nothing's wrong. The ship has a complicated system of crops and that can sustain a crew indefinitely, but it's also solar power and it'll just orbit the sun. Excuse me. And it'll orbit the sun on its trajectory, but it'll never get close enough to Earth or Mars to be rescued. And there's no guarantee how long the ship can survive without repairs or other items.
Well, we're not in communication with Earth?
No, you're too far.
What? This seems like a very poor... I'm the captain of this ragtag group of misfits.
Yep. So now what are you doing as the captain?
So there's nothing I can do. We're definitely going to die in space.
Definitely going to die in space, but you can have the choice to kill your crew. There's a horror movie where the guy does try to do. You can kill your crew so that they don't have to deal with this pain, or you can act like there's nothing wrong and just play it off like, yeah, I mean, we get in there eventually, or you can just tell everybody and then try to come up with a plan. Let them decide what they want to do.
Hold on. Rory, go head upstairs. When I'm done this, I'm going to come upstairs and go get something to eat, okay?
The kids are
Go
letting
back
us
up.
know we've passed our time.
When I'm done, I'm gonna come upstairs and get you something to eat. Okay?
We,
Go
we
ahead
had
upstairs.
we had too much fun on the news topics. They're like, come on, we need you, Dad.
It can say saying this indefinitely, which means we could just create a new colony on this goddamn ship.
Yep, that's an option. You just don't know how long the ship's gonna last without proper repairs and other
I mean,
things.
bro. I
You
mean,
have crops, but you don't have other things to sustain life.
anybody who wants to kill themselves, go ahead, kill themselves. I'm gonna stay alive for as long as I possibly can.
Selfish, Captain, but okay.
How is that selfish?
You can
Killing myself is
kill
selfish.
yourself. Don't you want to have people there on the team that can help? On the crew, I meant to say.
What do you mean?
You just gonna let them kill themselves, not put them to work? You're the captain. You're not a passenger. You're the captain. You need to make decisions for everyone.
I'm gonna tell them what I'm gonna do. Stay alive for as long as I can. I'm not. I'm not. You're not. You're not a baby. You can make the choice whether to live or to die without me. Jesus Christ.
Fair enough. That is true. Yeah, I'm gonna wake up everybody from their hypersleep, tell them what's going on, and then we're gonna try to brainstorm. We gotta figure out a way to get in touch. We're too far from Earth. We're too far from Mars. Is there something we can do? Can we blow up an oxygen tank to put us on a crash course towards something? What'd you say?
Did you just say sleep?
Did I say what?
Hypersleep?
Yeah, hypersleep.
Mars is the closest planet to us. Why the hell do we need to go into hypersleep? The journey should only take a little over 4 years.
Just in case. Probably retain their energy.
What are we in hypersleep for?
I don't know. I thought they were in hypersleep. It doesn't say hypersleep anywhere on here, but I just assumed hypersleep when I think of space travel movies.
Hypersleep. And we're not traveling at like some super fast speed. We're just traveling at a regular rocket boosted speed.
Regular rocket boosted speed, not too far in the future, so no hypersleep either.
Calculated this in yard, and we were stupid enough to calculate this in yards, not meters.
Yep. Well, it was calculated in yards, but the ship did it in meters, so you're effed. You're screwed.
This is an insane thing.
You got to blame the Americans for this one.
I'm not blaming the Americans. It's a stupid metric system that's to blame.
Well, the metric system's pretty even. It goes 0 to 100, then the next thing. Or is it 1,000? But whatever. The imperial system's pretty dumb. 12 inches equal a foot? Come on with that. Weird-ass conversion.
But what the hell's a meter anyway?
A meter is 1,000 centimeters. 100 centimeters. Something like that.
Well, what the freak is a centimeter? Just use inches.
The metric system makes more sense. I don't know it that well, so I can't say it makes sense for me. I'm used to an imperial system. But the imperial system doesn't have even conversion, so that's what gets on my nerves. Alright, so yeah, I'm waking up everybody, telling them what to do, or they're probably not asleep. I'm making an announcement. Well, actually, I'm going to start with like the head of my crew, not just a worldwide over the broadcast speaker, because even though they're mentally sound, once they hear that we're lost in space, they might snap out, and I don't need that.
Well, you tell your officers.
Yeah, that's
so
what
that they know.
Yeah.
You guys discuss it, but this is my decision, right? I mean, unless somebody has a better idea, like this is what we're doing. We're gonna tell everybody, and then we're just gonna stay alive long enough to be rescued.
Yep.
I mean, somebody's like, let's all kill ourselves. Dude, go ahead, kill yourself. But I'm not killing myself. Dad's dead. I'm definitely not going to murder people in their sleep. You were assuming they were in hypersleep. You were going to try to murder everybody in their sleep. Wouldn't even give them the option.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing. That's like some psychological sociopath type stuff. What kind of captain are you?
That's what you just said you were going to do.
No, I didn't. I said I was going to wake them up. Because it said something.
Wake them up and then...
No, wake them up and be like, have a meeting with my top people, my officers, and tell them, look, we screwed right now.
What's the option? There is no options. There's only one option.
What's that? Stay alive or kill yourself?
Stay alive, not kill yourself. That's never the option.
You haven't watched enough hot sci-fi horror, I see. Because that's always the option. Kill yourself, go crazy, go insane. It's my responsibility to this crew. I will see it to the end. And the end is coming up because I ain't got time to wait. I'm just going to make the end a little bit sooner. That's what the
I'm
rationale
not.
is.
I'll tell you this. I'm not going to go and say it. I'm just going to develop a hobby. I'll become a fantasy writer.
Your works will never be read. They'll be lost.
I don't care. I want to read them.
Oh man. All right, let me go to topic number 3. Again, I forgot to do the AI thing, so let's do guess the flag. Show my
It does
screen.
my gun line.
Oh yeah, guess the flag, then the gun line.
Oh my Jesus! A creeper just walked in here.
All right, can you see the? Wait, let me cast this onto the Discord.
What the heck? Why did a creeper just walk in here?
All right, cool. You can see my screen, right?
I'm pulling it up now.
I actually shared my web browser, but that might work too.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, here we go. Guess country flags. Let's get it. Nice flag.
We saw this before. This is Indonesia. No. This is the Philippines.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Ireland.
Oh my. Ireland. If it's Ivory Coast, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay.
Iran.
Yeah, let's go Iran. Yeah.
All right, let me see. All right, I just got word that I'm going a little bit too long on this podcast, so I'm going to have to cut it short, folks. And we're right at that hour mark. All right, we will see you next time, next week. Same black channel.
Wait, let's blow through this. We can blow through this.
No, I gotta go. I just got called. I've been summoned.
Oh.
I know, yeah. All right, I'll catch you guys.
I knew it.
I know. All right, I'm gonna catch you guys. Same black time, same black channel next week. See ya. Bye.